the real question is, what's new with BBO? BBO always has a bunch of fun new things that are happening, so we like to talk about those at the beginning of the BBO monthly show. Before we go inside the partnership this month, we are going inside with Danny and Phil, and here's a sneak preview of what you have to look forward to.
If Danny is giving me license to bid, I'm gonna exercise that.
I'll say we're both big system geeks, and we geek out more about Bridge than we probably should.
Bridge is fundamentally two things. At least the card play aspect of it is it's counting and it's understanding themes.
Now let's go through those updates before we catch up with these two card sharks. The first major update is that every day at 3:10 p.m. Eastern time, there is a new Swiss Open pairs. So this is an 18 board game and it's got a Swiss movement, but it is still match points. So what happens is if you do well, you play against other people who are doing well. And if you're doing poorly, then you end up playing against people who are also doing poorly. So you sort of move through the different tables depending on how well you're doing. Let me know if you try out that format because I would love to know how you feel about it in the comments. Weren't there also double master points for that game? Yes, there is double master points being awarded for those 3:10 p.m. Swiss pair games. So there'll be 200% crystal master points being awarded whenever you stop by for those 3:10 p.m. Swiss games. Next on the agenda is the ACBL Clubhouse weekly game. This is going to be a new 12 board game that's available all week long. And so this is available to players who have played recently in the ACBL Clubhouse, and you don't get any master points for it, but afterwards, you will get free mini lesson afterwards. It's going to be a written post-mortem, including selected hands and key insights and some practical learning points from the ACBL Clubhouse manager. So make sure to stop by the ACBL Clubhouse. That way you are eligible to play in these free 12 board games. And the BBO's ACBL Club Championship games are back. From June 8th to June 14th, select speedball games will be upgraded with additional master points and BB$ prizes for the winners and BB$ surprise gifts for random players during the game. So just look for a club championship in ACBL World and you should be able to find it during that week. Those are the updates we've got for you this month. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you can catch all of them. And make sure you're also following me, BridgeBabe530 on social media. And now let's head inside the partnership. So welcome, Phil and Danny. So these two card sharks hold many accomplishments among the two of them, including top finishes in the Premier pairs, in the 0 to 10K pairs, and the NABC Mixed Swiss, and many more. Phil is a system nut, having created a system with Andrew Gumpers called Martian Standard, and Danny keeps him in check as the former chairman of the Competitions and Conventions Committee. So welcome in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So the way this is going to work is we are going to go through 10 questions, and for each question, I'm going to give you the question, and I'm going to ask you to hold up your answer at the same time, and then we'll see if you matched on them, and if you didn't, then we'll have some time to chat after each one. So are we ready for the first one?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, Phil, what's up?
Are we competing against like other pairs doing this, and there's like a bracketed,
there is kind of like a ranking at this point. I think Mitch and Ifty had 100%, and Kristen and Gigi had 80%, and Harrison and Owen had 80% as well. So you guys, 80% is the bare minimum here. So
that's a pretty high standard.
That's a passing grade.
That's a passing grade right now.
Okay.
All right. So first question. Who is more disciplined out of the two of you?
Tell us. Wait a minute.
How does this work? I mean,
yeah, you just put them both up at the same time. Okay, so Danny, so you win. All right, so Danny, why are you more disciplined out of the two of you?
Why am I more disciplined? It gets to my nature as a person. I actually was doing a little sports coaching this morning for Bridge and Poker, and that's my style. I'm just more down the middle kind of guy.
All right, and so that means that Phil's probably a bit more creative.
I was going to say, is there a creative question that we get to ask as well?
Don't worry, there'll be more options.
All right.
All right. So the second question is, out of the two of you, who is more likely to convince someone to try bridge? Oh, I can't read either of
I
those.
can't
Phil
read.
and Phil.
Mine says Phil. I don't know what Phil's is saying.
And mine says Phil.
Okay, awesome. All right. So yes, you guys matched. Excellent. So why is Phil the choice for getting someone to try bridge?
Phil, you might want to answer this.
I think it's better if you answer this one.
I don't know. I think we both do a good job. I mean, I've recruited some people to play bridge. I've taught bridge on cruise ships, so I guess in a sense that would make me more likely. But
I think we both answered it wrong, actually.
that's certainly possible. And as long as we get it the same, we're at least we're on the same page.
I think I just like to talk more than Danny does.
That's
Probably
fair.
the main reason.
Checks
That could be
out.
true.
All right. Next question. Which of you has more pet peeves at the table?
That's the easiest.
That's an easy one.
Oh, Danny.
I've got tons of pet peeves. I guess just my curmudgeonly state of mind is led to some of this, the little things that bother me, and maybe just being a little too anal about rules and regulations, and just I'm easily set off about people because I think the game itself is such a great game when it's played correctly and purely that the little things get to me more often than maybe they should. And Phil's a little more easygoing and laid back in that regard for sure.
I mean, but I will always back you up, no matter like what curmudgeon-ish or curmudgeon noun thing is happening. So you don't have to worry about that. I mean, you're right that I hate to say it, but it's probably a function of who we're playing against too. I just know that there's some people that are going to be angle shooting, and I'm just not going to put up with that either. But I think that there's some people that are, probably more straight shooters, and it's just it feels like we have a director call probably every 2 sessions, and every time it just feels like it's like the right thing to do.
Makes sense. Yeah. And it makes sense that Danny would be the more curmudgeon-y out of the two of you because he was the chairman of the competitions and conventions committee. So you are intimately involved with those sides of things, and so you know what's expected and what the guidelines are really, really well, more than the average person. So
I'm sure Phil knows the rules pretty well too, but I know like there was a time when Fantoni and Nunes came to the table and I asked them about a bid. I said, no, you can't play that. And they said, yes, we can. And I said, well, I know you can. And we called the director, and they, of course, were ruled that no, they could not play what they wanted to play because, just that's the rules.
Yeah. And you have you have to follow the guidelines and the rules of the event that you've chosen to enter. So.
And when you say the event we've chosen to enter, obviously when we are playing in a national event or a strong regional event, it'd be much different than if we were at the local club and people were a little, going to be more relaxed about
absolutely
little things.
Context is everything.
I don't want it to sound like I'm like this total curmudgeon who won't let anything go on the table, and I am there to have fun as we all are, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah, and I think that the irregularities that we probably have less tolerance for are like the slow doubles and the fast passes,
right?
And things like it's the tempo issues that I think both really bother us. Procedural stuff, just like whatever.
Right. Those tempo things that it's like, well, that's definitely not information that was exchanged through the actual bid that was made. Like, yeah, those are not so fun. Okay, let's move on to lighter topics. Who is more likely to make a very light takeout double?
Go either way on this, but
all right, we got a match.
I think we're both pretty likely to make light takeout doubles. I'm very anxious to make light takeout doubles when they have been one of a minor because it's just so much more likely to be our hand and much less dangerous if it's not. And other than that, I think we're both pretty standard as far as just being aggressive and wanting to get in there. But I still voted for Phil, and I guess he voted for Phil too. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually had some discussions over the last couple of months about some hands that, you know, I could have made a takeout double on and I didn't. And, you know, if you're going to ask the question, like, who's the more aggressive one, I would think that it would be me. So if Danny is giving me license to bid, I'm going to exercise that.
All right. Awesome. All right. So this is a bit of a broader question, but out of the two of you, who is more likely to make a vacation out of a bridge tournament? So to like add a couple of days and like make it a vacation kind of thing. Oh,
we went backwards on this one. Right.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, my thinking is that, you know, sometimes Phil's wife Kimmy comes along and they have a day or two on one or the other where they do something or something like that. Whereas most of the time I'm going to bridge tournaments, it's just for the bridge. But I could be totally wrong about that.
The only reason I say you is because you have, I mean, you're retired. I still work. You have more free time. So I mean, it's just, and it feels like there's been some times where you've like tacked on days to nationals to go to like ball games or, you know, things like that. I mean, when, you know, I was on NPC of USA 2 seniors last year, and yeah, it was in Europe, and we just tacked days onto both ends of the trip. You know, just because it was Europe, you know, but I think that's the exception.
Yeah. Well, fun. Sounds like you guys both take advantage of the travel and get to go and explore a little bit. And yeah, it's kind of nice that you guys didn't match on that. Kind of nice that you both were like, yeah, you guys both get to do it.
Yeah.
Credibility.
Well, it depends on the city too. I mean, if we're going to an interesting place, or if I'm going back home to Philadelphia, for example, I might spend an extra day or two there, or
Yeah.
where some of the lesser desirable places, I'm just there for the bridge.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. Next one. Who is more likely to invent their own convention?
Uh-oh. I think we might be wrong on this one.
Nope, you guys are right. Or you matched.
Yeah, but it's not 90-10 either. You know, I mean, there's a lot of, especially like in the last 6-8 months, Danny's come up with some really good stuff that we've incorporated, and I'm just really a big fan of.
I'll say we're both big system geeks, and we geek out more about bridge than we probably should. That's practical, because it's part of the enjoyment of the game is like, oh, we can do this here, and this will make this better for us. And fortunately, we are generally good on both agreeing to what we're going to play and then remembering that it applies. So that's the most important thing, is remembering when it applies and not forgetting a convention. But
yeah, that is the most important part, as long as you can remember it at the table. Otherwise, it's like, well, glad we spent 3 hours building that, and immediately out the window.
one oops is enough to undo 10 good versions of almost any convention.
And, you know, we don't go to every national and play probably 2 out of 3, I would say, on average. But we're pretty religious about 2 things. Number one, like coming into a national, we spend like a good 3 to 4 weeks, you know, just doing a note review and talking about it on the phone and seeing where things need to be ironed out. But also, we're big fans of Q-bids, and this is like a weekly ritual for us. By the way, partner, it's in your queue.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Q-bids is to plug the product, it's great for partnership to be able to bid hands together, and you don't have to be doing it at the same time. Unlike if you went on BBO, for example, you get a room, that's great. But this is something that I'm in the middle of a poker hand, or I'm watching a TV show and there's a commercial. I can just, crank out a few responses to bids, and stuff comes up. And it's a really good program. You can see how other players bid things. And
all right, next question. Which of you consume more caffeine in a day of bridge?
Not looking.
All right, I've given my answer, so you can look now.
I'm just guessing, but
all right,
we went wrong on this one too.
Yeah, it's close. I mean, I think we're both kind of caffeine nuts.
I'm pretty religious about exactly 2 cups of coffee a day, so I think Phil does a little more than that, but I could
probably do. Yeah, you're probably right.
It's okay.
I have my wake up coffee, and then I have my my second coffee either at game time or right before the beginning of the second session. And that's my limit. Other than that, I'm going to start to have sleep issues at night. So,
Well, I'm a big coffee person, so I'm in Phil's camp here. So
I love coffee. Don't get me wrong. I would have more if I could.
All right, next one. Who is more likely to manage the system notes?
We know that. We know that one. That's like.
All right, that one was Phil. Hard Phil. All right. What's your secret?
It doesn't mean that they're managed well, but
Yeah, Phil's the one who took our notes from, some of it was my old notes with Joanne, some of it's some of his old notes with Andy and other stuff, and he's the one who does the working on the notes. I think it's partly because he's a good guy and he's willing to do it. It's partly because he's just more conversant in whatever technology he's using to do the notes with. And I'm a little lazy in learning all the symbols and stuff like that, but
Yeah. I've added my own keyboard shortcuts into like Google Docs and stuff, and yeah, I'm sure that's what Phil does too. But do you use any special software, Phil?
we just use Google Docs.
Okay.
Yeah, and I should do shortcuts. I'll usually just do like a global replace when it comes time to change it around.
Is it color coded?
It is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and we have some funny highlighting too. Like one color is like, this is a Danny. What's the term used with Brian? Like a trap or something?
yeah, landmine.
Landmine, right? Yeah. So we have like landmines, and then we have like kind of a purple color, which means it's kind of obscure. So it's like maybe not roll this out.
Right.
So, but there aren't many of those, and we've worked really hard over the last couple of years to try to streamline a lot of auctions, and just because when you have to manage by exception, it can be a disaster.
The fewer exceptions you have, the better it ends up going in general. Because I mean, there is only so much we can think about, and you are still trying to remember the cards that are being played and not have to stress too much about the system. So yeah.
Yeah, the more meta rules you can come up with, the better it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you have something to fall back on if the wheels fall off. So, all right. Out of the two of you, who more recently read a book about bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, Phil. Okay. What book do you read?
So first off, I reread a lot of stuff. I don't think my I have about 100. I don't think my library is as big as Danny's is. But I mean, I've got like more Killing Defense on my bedstand, and it's just it's probably the 10th time that I've read it.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, when I was teaching bridge, there were two things that I really tried to impress upon students was bridge is fundamentally two things. At least the card play aspect of it is it's counting and it's understanding themes, and you have to refresh those themes every once in a while, or you sort of forget about them.
Yeah. So the next question here is, who is more likely to invite their partner to a game on BBO? All right, Phil. You're more of the BBO inviter guy.
I mean, we're both pretty active on BBO. I was, my name on BBO is Phil. So
yeah.
I mean, I was there literally since the beginning when you couldn't even get a game together on BBO. I have a reasonably good network on BBO. We like to play in some of the Pavlicek games together, which is really good competition. I think we've occasionally played in the Schaefer games, but not very often. Yeah, I mean, just most of our live bridge is teams oriented, so I think we like the team stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll also do a prearranged match with other people besides Pavlicek if, as nationals or trials come closer, and we know other people are going to need practice. I'll reach out to my network, or people from my friends will reach out to me looking for us to play. So that's the best way to practice, is to get a happy foursome together that you can all play and maybe even discuss hands a little bit if you want to. We also played a little bit with our teammates before this last trials. We played a couple of times. We got the Zoom going and got to listen to
Nice.
Greg laughing a lot. So that was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
great teammates too, by the way.
Love that. Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, those are all the questions that I have for you guys. Do you have any thoughts to share before I tell you guys what your results are here?
I think we came in, we might have come in last here.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't.
Oh,
It was,
okay.
It's 80%. Again, you guys matched
okay.
on 8 of them, so you're good.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
It's a passing grade.
Not terrible.
I think one of the questions was that we didn't match on wasn't really related to actual bridge. It was more bridge vacationing and stuff too. So
Well, yeah. This is supposed to be a little more insight into, your partnership. And yeah, so
I think we missed on the coffee question too.
we did.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I was right.
I think you were too. I just I don't know.
Phil was really nervous about it, so all right. Well,
good.
Thanks guys. And we'll see you again soon. So
All
Thanks for
right.
having us.
Thanks,
Okay.
Morgan.